Hello everybody, and welcome to my Sculk Sensor testing world, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some ideas I had involving Jeb doors. Now, to go ahead and get started, for those of you who are newer to Minecraft or newer to Redstone, what is a Jeb door? Well, it's this simple 2x2 flush piston door. As you can see right here, this is kind of the advanced design that I've come up with. So right here you have a simple foot or anything activates it piston door. So let's get started with just the basic frame for this kind of Jeb door. I'm going to show you guys how to build that, and then we're going to go into the more advanced one. So first off, you're going to build your basic Jeb door, which is by doing that. Okay, I don't know why I'm shifting. Place that, and then you're going to place your wall blocks. I'm using iron because I like iron. And then we're going to go 2 blocks out. Okay, I just placed that for my ease. And then there. Ooh. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go here. So this is where your door's gonna be. Then we're gonna go just like this. Bop, 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 bop. Ba-da. And there you go. Okay? So that's the frame for the Jeb door. Then that's not right. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. Okay, basic Jeb door frame, done. Now we go ahead and place blocks across the top, like so. Okay, and then we would go right here and right here. We're gonna place both of these repeaters on one tick. That way, these activate in the right direction. Grab some redstone dust. We're gonna place just like that. So it's going to form this U. Now, typically, here's how you would activate a redstone or a regular Jeb door. Is you would grab one of these, and then you'd grab like a lever or something, and that would activate your door. See? Just like that. Activate and deactivate. Obviously, you want it to typically default to on if you wanted it to be a secret door. But if you want it to be like a vault door or something where, you know, it's usually off until you flip a lever, then obviously you can do it that way. So that's a typical way. And obviously it requires wire connections and all these other things. But you can now make a more compact version using the Sculk sensor, which obviously I have right here, by taking, okay, so this is the spot you want to activate. So we're going to add the torch. Okay, very good. Then we're going to add this guy, and we're going to add dust. And as you can see, that works, but there's a problem with the whole sound, so we're going to add these guys. And there you go. So now if you walk up, it activates, and it constantly activates until you're out of range. Some additions that you could make if you wanted this to be a one-way door is obviously you could just add this here and this here. That will prevent any sound coming from the rear. And if you did want it to be more specific in what it's selected, you can do the next design, which specifically uses the fishing rod because it's just easier. So let me just display this design for you first, and then we'll go into how to build this. So this takes advantage of how the fishing rod works with the Sculk sensor. So when you reel in, there we go, the door activates, and only then. Obviously, you do have to be careful because the Sculk sensor does tend to activate frequently, so maybe consider adding a second one or something so that it doesn't detect footsteps or something like that. And there are modifications to like shrink the footprint of this door. It is rather tall because you've added this module on the top. I don't think the Jeb door itself can be shrunk. Although I could also be wrong, and that is not uncommon. If you guys have any ideas for me to test with this, leave them down in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. But all this is it's going to take advantage of how the Sculk sensor works with the fishing rod. So for those of you who don't know, the Sculk sensor activates a signal strength of 15 with the fishing rod being taken in, and it's the only item that a player has direct control outside of explosions. But if someone's using explosions close enough to your Sculk sensor by your door, they're probably just gonna break in anyways. So I thought that that was a good safe one, and I feel like this will add some interesting things with fishing poles. Obviously, you could add, I believe you only need to do that. That's funny. Destroy that. That will not activate that though. So then what you would do is you'd kind of move this over one, which I can quickly adjust. And then you would also have to add a couple other blocks and do some other things to make this specific to maybe like a snowball is being shot or something like that, a projectile, things like that. Sculk Sensors obviously have some interesting properties, but okay, let's get into building this. Now, I'm just gonna take this design here. Okay, we're gonna destroy all this. This is you're gonna repeat this whole design here. Then what we're gonna do is we're going to add right here. We're going to add the torch here, right? Yes, you are adding the torch right here. Okay, so that's gonna default everything to on. Then we're gonna add a dust here. And a block right here. You're going to want to use iron or some other building block, though, I believe, for the rest of these. Now we want to grab glass. Now, this is where we get into some of the weird mechanics of redstone. And one of them being that glass does not transmit a redstone signal. And why would we want to do that? Well, that's because that's where we're placing our comparator. Then, after placing our comparator, we're going to quickly take and we're going to add a Sculk sensor right here. We're going to take and grab another iron block here. We're going to then grab a comparator. We're going to place this one in subtract mode. We're going to put a block right there. What is this going to do? Well, the comparator powers this block at a certain signal strength, which will power this block. Now with this guy, we're going to grab a lectern, right? And then you're going to want to get a book with 15 pages in it. I have an old book that I use to label things that is very wrong, but all you're going to do is you're going to go up to 14. Okay, so that means that at a signal strength of 14, okay, this is going to subtract off 14 from there, which means that only 15 will give any sort of redstone signal. So if I throw this out, nothing happens. If I reel it in, activates. And then it reactivates just like that. And because of how this wool is set up, you don't have to worry about anything else. Now there are some modifications you could make to this, such as you could rotate this whole piece around. You could do some other things depending on the circumstance, but I feel like this is the most neat little version of it. Sadly, my original goal when I was designing this was to find a way to compact the Jeb door and see if we could make a smaller version. And you can, obviously, with like this, it's at least a little bit neater. I wouldn't say it's more compact per se, but I definitely think you could still improve it. I mean, like most Jeb doors, for instance, actually have this here, so now we can make it to where when we walk, that only is activated, and there you go. Because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have blocks here. You know, you're probably gonna have like your iron or something if you're building a specialized door. So like that, and then do that, and do that, and then you're gonna place this. And then you have your typical redstone door right there as well. But again, like the reason I don't like this one is because this guy is constantly firing every time you like take a step or do something. So I wanted to design something that used a selective signal, which is obviously more complex and is harder to deal with. You know, I don't know. I like the concept of Sculk Sensors, and I do like that. And now on to a final little bit, and that is thank you. Okay, but on to just one last little bit, and that is to thank everyone who responded really well to my last Sculk Sensor video. I'm now at 22 subs, which is awesome. I didn't know I would be able to eat Subway that much. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm a corny guy. But yeah, so 22 subs, which is awesome. Honestly, if we could get 3 subs on this video, we would be at 25 before the new year. Plus, we have other videos coming out before the new year, so hopefully we can get that. So, again, thank you guys so very much. This is Negative Light, signing out with this buggy, annoying door. And God bless y'all.